Hello, everyone. I'm currently outside of Ravenna to show you a very powerful leveling method involving the new gunpowder barrels that have been added in full release. Some of you may already know of the gunpowder barrel method in general. It was fairly popular, fairly known pre-full release, just going to Palo to Silverholder White Summit. But now that the full release update has released, I mean, it's already been a couple weeks, the new barrels they added, the modified ones, and the addition of these exterior islands around Ravenna have buffed the strat like crazy. So I'll show you guys in a second, but first let me explain why this is good. So gunpowder barrels give percentage-based XP. Normal gunpowder barrels, it's 5%, or it's a fifth of your XP per barrel. But the new imbued barrels are 1 to 2 levels, just straight up. And the arcane barrels are 2 to 3 levels. And it's percentage based, so no matter what level you are, it will always give that much XP. So this method is absurd now. And sure, you can keep going between Palo and Silverhold or White Summit, and that's fine. But if you head down to Ravenna, it will make it so much easier. So I'll go ahead and show you the route now. We are starting at this exterior island right here. It's between this lighthouse and this small volcano, and it's just to the right of Rubica. Alright, sorry. Right to the right of Rubica and nearby Rosna. So first we just need to head down to this little cave, and there will be 5 barrels. And you already noticed there's an imbued right there. So this is already over at an entire level. It's going to be close to 3 or 2 or 3 depending on how much XP you already have. I was a bit inefficient there. So those of you who have done the other method, the previous method, will know that Palo had, I think, 12 barrels, Silverhold had 11, and then White Summit had 9. We have already collected 5, just at one singular island, in one location. That is the equivalent of the Silverhold storage room, which had the most barrels. Alright, from here we're going to go down to this barren island right here. We'll mark it on the map. And this is the location for the next gunpowder barrels we're going to get. Okay, we've arrived at the island. Let me remove my marker. And right here in this little crevice is the first barrel. There are many barrels on this island. I'm going to go check the next location, just see if there's an imbued I can stack this with. Doesn't look like there is. I'll just head back to the boat. Now there are 3 barrels in these tents. So this island is already close to the other island we were just at, outside of Rosno, or Rubica. It's actually much better. You'll see that in a second. I'm gonna go try stacking this barrel. Oh, I am unable to T-jump. There we go. That was odd. I think it's this guy leaving and joining. Every time I've seen this guy, he's gotten an acrimony on my server. I saw him get 3 acrimonies last week. Just look how laggy his inventory is. 7 mil. You can see this guy farms with luck. Yeah, look at him. 11. Okay, so you saw just there, I went to this volcano and there were more barrels here. So I think, we're already at 7 barrels. With the one right here, there's 6 between those, so 7. Not sure why I grabbed that barrel. It's going to be harder to stack this one. And now I'll go show you the last location here. It's this little mine. It's got 2 more. So this island on its own has 9 barrels. That's 9 chances for you to get a level or more. You'll notice as well, if your server is new, you might not see any modified barrels. And that you'll just have to take them and let them respawn. I think the reason is that when a server loads, all the gunpowders just spawn as basics. Because I've had this happen to me a couple times where every single gunpowder barrel is just a basic one, not a single modified. But that is the minority of times. So next island is this volcano, just right here, outside the farm. You can already see one of the locations. That's the first place we're going to hit up. Okay, stop right here and then jump down into this hole. Oh, we got our first arcane. And yes, there's 2 barrels there. It's the second. I'm going to go to the next location, see if I can stack this one. It's just up here on the volcano. You can see it right there, it's at the peak. This island already has 3, and just right here there's 4 more. So we're at 7. No luck with modifieds, but that's okay. This alone will get you plenty of levels. Okay, we got all those, and now we just want to head to this little camp. And this is the last spot on the island, which has 2. So another island with 9 barrels. As you can see, we already have quite a few. And now we go to the next location. It's right here. It's the island with the tower spawn. You can see that little square. Alright, we're here. I also just realized I don't think you guys can see my cursor, but this is the square I was talking about with the tower spawn, and there's a tower here. So right down here, there's a little crack, and this cave has 4 barrels. I think I've been spotted by someone in the tower. Not matter. Only 5 enemies in that tower, that's funny. Alright, grab the last 2, and that's all for this island. So we'll head to the final island right after this. Okay. So the final island is just right here. There are 2 spots on it. I'll go explain when I'm there. Okay, very short ride, but we just need to go straight this way to this ruin with the statue. Just below it is a cave. Or not really a cave, but a cove with 3 barrels. And just on the way there, I'll show you the other location. Another 3 barrels next to this little mine. So just being efficient, grabbing one of these barrels to stack it. Doesn't really matter though. We'll have to run with 2 barrels anyway. Or 2 runs with 1 barrel. Alright, so that's all the barrels you can get from this this route. I kind of stopped counting there, but I think we can remember there were 5 barrels here, 9 here, 9 here, 4 here, and 6 here. So I was not doing the math in my head then, but You can do the math if you like. So now you have two options. You can go to Rosna and you can sell at the shipwright, or you can head back to the first island because all the barrels will have respawned. Even though I'm in a brig, this route has taken around 10 minutes. I am going pretty slow. It's usually closer to 7 or 8 in a brig. That's not the right button. I don't have a very good brig build on this slot, but you can imagine it's going to take longer with a weaker boat because that's what you're going to be using while you're leveling up. So even on a brig, the gunpowder barrels will respawn. And because of an oversight, you can also just sell them straight back to Ravenna. The gunpowder barrels on the exterior islands do not actually count as Ravenna gunpowder. I'll go show that to you by selling this imbued. I'll just be able to run up here and sell it. Yeah. Ravenna exterior islands do not count as Ravenna. And therefore you can sell the gunpowder barrels back. So that's the entire route. I will now go over some tips and tricks. I've already explained a few of them. The first and most important thing is you want PvP toggle off, because if you have it on, people can explode your barrels and attack you while you're doing the route. Ravenna is a fairly populated island. There's lots of story that takes place here on all sides. So there's always a chance a player sees you and wants to be a little evil and explode all your barrels. So you should have toggle off. I'm not sure if people can still explode your barrels with toggle. I read in a patch note that they can't, but I do know if you are below level 50, people still can't explode your barrels. Like if I were to hit your barrel and I didn't have toggle on and you were under level, like you can't PvP, I can still explode your shit. So I can be evil. But most people won't do that. Another thing to note is that if you see a lot of terrain destruction and the barrels are not there, you should server hop or maybe evaluate the rest of the island, see if it's worth doing the route, because those barrels will not respawn. It means someone has exploded them, and if barrels are exploded before being picked up by a player, they are broken and will never respawn. So if you've done the old route, you probably know that. Another thing which I already went into a little bit of detail is your boat. These islands have lots of rocks and they're pretty close. So if your boat has bad turning or is too fast, you could end up taking some damage while doing the route. And then also if your boat is too slow, the gunpowder barrels will respawn before you do most of the route, which is not a big problem, but it is something to note that you could go check back, and there probably are barrels nearby you. So I think that's all for the video. I can't really think of anything else to explain. Gunpowder barrels give percentage XP, they give a good amount of money. These imbues give 300, arcanes give 900, and these give 40 each. You really want to be prioritizing the imbues and arcanes, but if they're not there, the basic ones are good enough. So I hope you enjoy. I hope this helps you level up, and goodbye.